So what we have completed? 134. Now we are going towards 136. 136 is nothing. It is just talking about every member has the right to get the copies of the audited financial statement. So here there is a question, what they deserve? Audited financial statement and not books of accounts. Let me tell you, there is a difference. If you look at here, this Tata's report, did you see here it is written fixed assets, but what is in the fixed assets? That information they have not given. Why? Exactly, there's something called a confidential. So you understand, auditor has the right to access it, but the members do not have. So ultimately, what kind of mechanism is provided by the government? They are trying to say that once the auditor is confirming that yes, the company has the assets, members do not have any option rather than accepting it. So ultimately, you tell me the auditor is whose representative, company or the member? Exactly, he is the representative of the member. It is not written, but I'm just giving my philosophy, my logic. And that is why maybe the government has given this liberty to the shareholders to approve or disapprove the auditor. Yes, I want to tell you guys, company board doesn't appoint the auditor. Who appoints? Members of the company appoints. Board just recommend. Do you get me what I am saying? Okay, Bacha. Now let's see that 136 is trying to say that every member has the right to get. Now 137, Bacha. That is very, very, very crucial and very important topic of your exam. 137. It is like once, okay, two questions are important. ये ध्यान रखो. All of you know, guys, first of all, financial statements will be prepared. It will be approved in the board. Then it will be get audited, right? After then, it will be presented to the general meeting, and by way of passing ordinary resolution, by way of passing ordinary resolution, it will be approved and then it will be circulated to the members. This is what actually the process of the financial statement. But after then, one more point is also very important, and that one is that once it is circulated and everything got done, within some prescribed time of the general meeting conclusion, you have to submit your audited financial statement to the authority called Registrar of Companies, ROC. In fact, this portion is covered up by section 137. In fact, you read the title of these things, what it is saying that copy of the financial statement to be filed with whom? To be filed with ROC. That means Registrar of Companies. To be filed with Registrar of Companies. Now maybe you asking, sir, what is the question like? What kinds of questions they can ask? देखो वो story बनाएंगे एक तरीके की. There is a company, general meeting is conducted on so and so date. Okay, so look what kind of story they can ask. There's a company, that's general meeting is conducted as on, you take any date, let's say, I would say 25th September, got it? 25th September 2022, that is the date, got it? If it is, sorry, not a general meeting, but let me tell you, it's annual general meeting conducted over there. Got it? Where these financial statements had been presented and got approved by the shareholders by way of passing ordinary resolution. Now, question number one: within what time it shall be submitted to ROC? That's the first question. Second question comes is like, okay, is it possible that sometimes you want to present the audit report, you have called the AGM, people come, but just because of certain contingencies, suddenly you have to adjourn the general meeting. Possible or not possible? Let's say suddenly you got to know about that the chairman died. You don't have any other option rather than, or let's say suddenly dispute started. Dispute started. तो क्या करोगे अभी आप? You have no any other option rather than cancelling the, or not cancelling, sorry, adjourning the general meeting. So the meeting got adjourned, so your financial statements got remained unadopted. So here the question comes that what if financial statements couldn't get couldn't get adopted due to adjournment of meeting, then what we will do here? That's another question. ठीक है, तो अब आप क्या करोगे यहाँ पे? Couldn't get adopted due to adjournment of the meeting. That's another question. Third question, what they can ask in exam is, what if the general meeting is AGM, annual general meeting, is not conducted at all? Not conducted at all. So these are the three important questions what they can ask in exam. Okay. Now, as I'm taking this, I would like to take one more. Section 92 भी यहाँ पे discuss कर लेते हैं. चलिए. Section 92. Now, what is the difference between section 137 and 92? 137 deals with filing of financial statements with the ROC, whereas 92 deals with filing annual returns. Annual returns with ROC. Please try to understand this. 192 deals with annual returns. अब ये दोनों एग्जाम में आ सकते हैं, ज्यादातर वो फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट के बारे में पूछते हैं. सो वन बाय वन लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड गाइस. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट द लॉ सेज इज that you have to submit your adopted audited financial statement. Listen to my words, adopted and audited both होने चाहिए. Audit is compulsory. So audited and adopted financial statements max to max within 30 days from annual general meeting. So whatever date was there for the annual general meeting, within 30 days you have to submit it. Now, in fact, if you read the section 96, section 96, अच्छा ये जो आप देख रहे हो ना AGM, मैंने आपको बोला कि आपको फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट अपलोड करने थे. बिफोर आई गो टू दिस 30 डेज डिस्कशन, हम एक बात समझते हैं, व्हाट इज द फॉर्मेट, इन व्हाट फॉर्म यू हैव टू, in which format you have to. So guys, the form what is actually given is the AOC4. What is given here? I would say AOC4. What is the full form of AOC? Anyone can tell me? Exactly. As you see, guys, हम पढ़ रहे हैं कौन सा चैप्टर पढ़ रहे हैं? हम पढ़ रहे हैं accounts of company. So here the form codes will be what? AOC4. But guys, AOC4 has the two types. Let me tell you. The first one is uh, XBRL AOC4 and other than XBRL normal AOC4. These 2 points are there. अब आप पूछेंगे कि भाई क्या मतलब हुआ? अब ये XBRL क्या है? Anyone knows about the XBRL? एक्सेल का कुछ नहीं. इट इज एक्सटेंसिबल बिजनेस रिपोर्टिंग लैंग्वेज. क्या है? एक्सटेंसिबल बिजनेस रिपोर्टिंग लैंग्वेज. You might have heard about XML somewhere during your schools, like markup language. XML नहीं सुना आप लोगों ने? HTML हाइपरटेक्स्ट मार्कअप लैंग्वेज. तो उसी तरीके से XML आता है, एक्सटेंसिबल मार्कअप लैंग्वेज. अब ये फॉर्मेट इतना बढ़िया है. देखो XBRL अगर आपको प्रैक्टिकली समझना है, प्रैक्टिकली, चलिए मैं आपको प्रैक्टिकली करके दिखाऊं हाउ द थिंग्स आर गोइंग ऑन. देखिए, नाउ व्हाट हैपेंड इज रिसेंटली, देखो इसकी मजेदार बात क्या है. आई हैव वन क्लाइंट, लेट मी टेल यू हु इज दैट क्लाइंट इज. देखो ये मेरे अहमदाबाद का सर्वर है यहाँ पे गूगल ड्राइव में, वो ठीक है. कुछ लोग मेरे को पूछते हैं कि यू आर हियर बट हाउ डू यू मैनेज द प्रैक्टिस. तो आज मैं आपको बताऊंगा बेटा. डू यू नो दिस टेक्नोलॉजी, रिमोट डेस्कटॉप कनेक्शन टेक्नोलॉजी? एनीबॉडी यूज्ड? देखो मजेदार बात है. मे बी यू आर थिंकिंग कि भाई ये कुछ अलग कंप्यूटर है. हाँ, ये अलग ही कंप्यूटर है. ठीक है, तो ये ऐसे पता चलेगा जब आप यहाँ पे जाओगे तो इट इज द कंप्यूटर 124.123.122, ये वहाँ का है. ठीक है, ये कंप्यूटर अभी ऑन है अहमदाबाद में. तो बात ये है कि देखो इस टेक्नोलॉजी का बड़ी सी चीज ये है कि भाई In Ahmedabad there is an office, all the licensed softwares are installed there, Tally वगैरह सब उधर install किया गया है, taxation, ROC softwares वो सब. And it doesn't make sense that just because I'm in Bangalore I should buy the other things. इससे अच्छा क्या है, use this technology, तो आप यहाँ पे बैठे बैठे वहाँ के सॉफ्टवेयर का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हो. और यू सी स्पीड वीड, अच्छा ये छोड़ो इसको, स्पीड और वो सब इतना बढ़िया है यहाँ पे कि आप किसी भी यहाँ पे ड्राइव को एक्सेस करो, it will make you feel as if like you are using your own computer. It doesn't make much. हाँ, इंटरनेट कनेक्शन दोनों में आपको एक मिनट के लिए भी ऐसा नहीं लगेगा कि यू आर यूजिंग सम अदर कंप्यूटर. द पावर ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. ये इनफैक्ट इफ समटाइम्स आई एम कंफ्यूज दैट आई एम यूजिंग माय कंप्यूटर और आई एम यूजिंग दैट कंप्यूटर, तो मैं कभी कभार क्या करता हूँ, यहाँ पे कैमरा की ऐप ओपन कर देता हूँ. तो इस कैमरे से मेरे को पता चलता है कि भाई ये मेरा कंप्यूटर नहीं है, क्योंकि ये वेब कैम वहाँ के सर्वर में अटैच है. चलो अभी ये हमारे जो पार्टनर भाई साहब है वो बैठे बैठे किसी क्लाइंट को एड्रेस कर रहे हैं. ठीक है. तो भाई टेक्नोलॉजी, समटाइम्स आई वांट टू एड्रेस द प्रोफेशनल्स की टेक्नोलॉजी से आप वर्चुअल ऑफिस का निर्माण कर सकते हो. वर्चुअल समझ में आ रहा है. मैं यहाँ पे बैठा हूँ, इफ यू जस्ट लुक एट एट राइट हैंड साइड, यहाँ पे छोटा सा कोना अभी आपको दिख नहीं रहा है क्योंकि यहाँ पे टेलीविजन है 55 इंच का. इन केस इफ आई वांट टू मीट माय क्लाइंट्स, गूगल मीट. ठीक है. अब आप कहेंगे आप XBRL समझा रहे थे, अब मैं आपको बताता हूँ बेटा क्या है क्या नहीं. ओवर हियर इफ यू जस्ट कम, आई हैव वन प्रोग्राम. वेट, oh, I have to log it into here. नहीं यार, ये रूम. Okay. Google Drive is the fantastic technology, I would say. Yes, and this is what all the data here. And we have one GST clients named is Parthonil Chemicals. Now look at in this two data. Can you see this two data here? Master.xml and voucher.xml. But क्या लिखा XML. ठीक है. If you want to see how does this language looks like, so simply आपको क्या करना है, यहाँ पे जाके डबल क्लिक लगाओ. And as soon as you do it, okay, okay. No, it should not happen like this. This is how it looks like. Are you able to see this? Now maybe you are thinking, sir, इसमें क्या बेटा, इसमें टैली की एंट्रीज है, पूरा डेटा. देखो ये ट्रेडमार्क ऑब्जेक्शन, यस नो, अमाउंट, ये सब रेट, ये सब दिख रहा है आप लोगों को. प्राइमरी बैच, क्वांटिटी, डेबिट अमाउंट, दैट वाज द क्रेडिट अमाउंट. यस और नो. तो जो XML फाइल है वो ऐसे दिखती है, एंड इनफैक्ट XBRL फाइल भी ऐसे दिखती है. इफ यू जस्ट सी XBRL फाइल, नहीं 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 नहीं, it should be XBRL files. It looks like this. You see, if we just go to images here, got it? देखो ये XBRL है. Can I say it looks like exactly just like I would say if you just see. हाँ, language is something like that is in between the two tags. There's what some data is hidden. तो यहाँ पे भी तो वही है. In between the two tags, some data is hidden. अरे है ना. तो हम बात करते हैं बच्चे इसकी सबसे बढ़िया चीज क्या है. आई डोंट वांट टू डेमोन्स्ट्रेट बिकॉज आई डोंट वांट टू गो मच इन डिटेल. टाइम थोड़ा हम कट शॉर्ट करते हैं. अब ये जो दो फाइल आप देख रहे हैं ना यहाँ पे, these two are generated not from the tally. They're generated not from tally. Yeah, I want to tell you because they are selling the chemicals, that means the medicines. So they are using their some different customized software. पर उन्होंने हमको ये दो फाइल भेज दी है. Assume that this file contains 500 entries का डेटा. तो लेट मी टेल यू व्हाट अदर्स आर डूइंग. वो लोग क्या करते हैं, अदर सॉफ्टवेयर का डेटा उन्होंने लिया, फिर वन बाय वन एंट्री करते टैली में टू प्रोड्यूस द GST रिपोर्ट. मैं कहा पागल हो गए हो आप लोग यार. If I tell you that if there's such a technology जहां से you don't re-enter the data into other software, XML की फाइल वहां पर क्या कर दो, एक्सपोर्ट कर दो. क्या कर दो मीन्स एक्सट्रैक्ट कर दो. उस फाइल को यहाँ पे लाओ, Tally open करो, और what if I tell you instead of passing the entry manually, if I import these two files and all the vouchers automatically gets passed into Tally software, तो कैसा लगेगा? Let's say not only 500, let's say 50,000 entries without passing any keyboard key to the computer, everything will get imported. अरे बोलो भाई, होगा या नहीं होगा? चलिए, अगर डेमो में करना चाहूँ यहाँ पे, so this is the Tally what I'm opening now. मुझे लाइसेंस एक्टिवेट देखना पड़ेगा है या नहीं है। देखना चाहोगे आप? Because XBRL is the part of that. Earlier this XBRL shortcut was there in the EIS topic. अब EIS तो रहा नहीं है, but थोड़ा उसका टेक्नोलॉजी आपको समझा दूं so that you can understand the intentions of the government. Why? Because they have said that if the company has more than 100 crore rupees turnover, that means the sales, it is compulsory to use XBRL AOC4. जब भी आप XBRL में फॉर्म भरेंगे, फॉर्म इज PDF, जब भी आप फॉर्म भरोगे, सो माय क्वेश्चन टू यू इज लाइक, वो जो डेटा एक्सट्रैक्ट होगा वो इसी फाइल में होगा जो अभी आपने देखी है, टैग टैग टैग। ऑलराइट, सो जस्ट अ सेकंड, आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू जस्ट अ सेकंड। ठीक है, so as you can check it up guys, here the tally is getting activated and it is restarted. देखो अब हमको क्या करना है, आई एम जस्ट क्रिएटिंग वन डमी डेटा, लेट्स से भावना, भावना की कंपनी यहाँ पे क्रिएट करते हैं, ठीक है। इस लिंक को हम कॉपी कर लेते हैं सबसे पहले एंड आजा भाई, छोड़ो, टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करना, आगे बढ़ते हैं। तो what will happen that that software's data without getting re-entered into the computer automatically will get fetched. So what happens is, it doesn't matter what application you are using, it doesn't matter what software you are using, yes or no? By use of this XML technology, can I say that you are software independent? The same data I can import to SAP, also the same data I can import to anywhere, any other software. So just because of this, comparison becomes easy. Second thing guys, did you see, if I just show you this, यहाँ पे टैग्स लगे हुए, ये जो आप टैग देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे सर, so for example invoice order list, after then attendance entries, after then you just talk it ledger name, GST class, ये सब देख रहे हो आप लोग? बेटा ये आप ये सब क्या है जानते हो? It is designed in such a way, if I want to convert this XML to Excel, each and every tag will become a separate column. क्या बन जाएगा? Separate column बन जाएगा. So assume guys, if I am the government of India and I'm creating this XML technology, where I will create a form, company name, address, turnover, amount, foreign exchange. People will upload me XBRL. So can I say by using this technology, I can divide the data into column wise? Just by importing XML, मेरा सारा डेटा कॉलम हो जाएगा, तो मेरे कॉलम नंबर ए में सारी कंपनीज के नेम होंगे, कॉलम नंबर बी में सारे एड्रेसेस होंगे, इन द कॉलम सी आई विल हैव द टर्नओवर, एक्सपेंसेस, एवरीथिंग. I will use one standard form. I will tell to my all the companies, you have to download this form and you have to fill this only. Other form is not allowed. And as soon as you do it, I will just extract that into the Excel. अब Excel में कंपनी, टर्नओवर, प्रॉफिट, डिविडेंड सब कुछ अलग अलग हो जाएगा. Now guys, आप कहेंगे सर इससे क्या होगा? It's very like stupid thing है ना, if you are Excel, XML to Excel. If I give the balance sheet in PDF and if I give the balance sheet in column wise, where the data analysis is possible. But a column में अगर गवर्नमेंट को आज ये इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए that out of let's say 1 lakh companies, which company has more than 10 crores profit, but how much time the government will take to extract this information? Excel जानते हो? ये प्लीज यार, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, अरे मेरे भाई, उसमें फिल्ट्रेशन का एक प्रोग्राम आता है। एग्जैक्टली, इफ आई से लेट्स से हियर AADE, अच्छा एक काम करते हैं, लुक एट दिस शीट 3, सॉरी शीट 2। Today, if I just want to check it up, let me go for the filtration here. I'm going to the data, I'm just clicking on this filtration. Look at now. On 23rd December, how many students were present? I just click on the P and just click OK button. See, 23 में कितने present है? How many of them were absent? तो कुछ नहीं, यहाँ पे जाके मुझे P निकाल देना. I will just click on the button A. So on 20 these many were absent. यार डेटा कितना गजब निकल, and based upon this, कैन गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर्स डिसाइड और नॉट दैट किसके ऊपर रेट डालनी है, किसको नोटिस भेजना है? काम आसान हो जाएगा। अरे हाँ है ना। अब आप ये पूछेंगे बट सर व्हाट एवर यू आर एक्सप्लेनिंग दैट इज अबाउट XML, नॉट अबाउट XBRL। गाइस, XML technology when you use in business reporting, that becomes what? XBRL, extensible business reporting language, yes or no? In fact, XBRL is the technology which was invented by, I would say, some of the CPAs of the United States of America. So today, if you just type like this, that XBRL and XML. So look at guys, what you will get it here. आप देखो आपको ये मिलेगा. So it is written that this is XBRL Inc. It is company in the USA. So XBRL is a freely available and global framework for exchanging business information. XBRL allows the expression of semantic meaning commonly required in business reporting. That means you can use the financial items into that two tags. The standard was originally based on XML. So if I'm telling you today is the XBRL, but who was the father? What was the source of the XBRL? Then what should be your answer? That was XML. Fine. So whatever I've explained, that I explained the technical aspects, that why government made that certain companies need to file their financial statements. That means the profit and loss account and balance sheet not in the normal format, but into what format? And the reason is, okay, this will be the small companies or will be big giant companies? Definitely big giant companies, because small companies comparison, I think useless. That's what the government is thinking. But my advice: why don't you keep XBRL for everyone? Why don't you keep XBRL for everyone? Are why directly you can import the data and you can make the comparison, irrespective of the what software you have. So in this data, if you import to any software, this data will automatically create the balance sheet and the profit and loss account. How beautiful technology it is. Okay, fine. So now while we come to here in I would say section 137, in the 137, the first thing जो आपको यहाँ पे पढ़ना है वो है, I would say, XBRL की provision. Quick links, XBRL is given here. No, it is, I think, might be given in the rules. It is not in the provision. Just a second. So you please come to, can you see in such a manner? Click on the such manner. So guys, yeah, look at this. It is form number AOC XBRL form number AOC for, and non-banking financial companies that we do not want to go. But what is important for your exam is that which companies need to file in the XBRL. So just a second. उतना आप एक बार लिख दो कि इतनी इतनी कंपनियों को XBRL में जाने देना है. All right. The class of companies as may be notified by the central government. नहीं यार, time to time. Yeah, it has already been notified. Why it's not showing here? It is there. It is there यार. अच्छा, मे भी दूसरे रूल्स में होगा, छोड़ो इसे. Uh, it is about the fees, but just a second. Reply it, it's not there. What are you doing, brother? Okay, guys. Yes, this is you write down. All the listed companies. Which are the companies need to file the returns AOC 4 into XBRL? All the listed companies. Second is companies having paid up capital of 5 crores and above. And the last one is company having the turnover of 100 crores and above. That's all. That's all. So these three requirements: listed company, paid up capital of 5 and more, and the turnover is 100 and more. It's compulsory. Now let's come about the time here. Okay. Time. Within what time? So I told you which, this should be done within what time? 30 days of the AGM. Now here the question comes that what if it is not adopted due to what? Due to adjournment. You tell me, as being the government, what you want? You want audited things, adopted things is the most important, or the information in the financial statement is more important? If you are the government, you want some data for the analysis, I would say. So you will run behind what data, or you will run behind adoption? What is more significant? Data. Got it? So what provision under section 137 उन्होंने क्या कहा? ये काम करो भाई. आप क्या कह रहे हो? Your audit report was ready, your financial statements were ready, but you are saying that it couldn't get adopted into the AGM, right? So whatever provisional you have na, right now, unadopted, you file it right now. You file it right now. अभी आप वो file कर दो. Right? And when in the adjournment, these financial statements getting adopted, again you file. Again you file. So you understand, if the financial statements are not adopted, it will be filed how many times? Two times. First, unadopted financial statements, that is known as provisional financial statements. क्या बोलते हैं उसको? Provisional. And second is when it is getting adopted, again you do it. But I want to tell you that in both the cases, the number of days are 30 only. So provisional financial statements will be filed with the ROC within 30 days. And adopted financial statement shall be filed within 30 days of the adjourned meeting in which it was adopted. Bhavna, are you clear in this? Adjourned meeting में adopt हो गया, तो then 30 days from the adjourned meeting will be counted. Are these two provisions clear? So if this question comes to your exam that due to certain reasons the company couldn't get the approval of the financial statements, so can company avoid to file the financial statements? Answer is no. They have to file what? They have to file unadopted provisional financial statements within 30 days. And whenever it gets adopted in the adjourned meeting, they have to do it again. But now the 30 days will be counted not from the date of AGM, but from the date of adjourned meeting. Now here the last question comes, what if the AGM was not conducted at all? If AGM was not conducted at all, then what to do? So if AGM was not conducted at all, according to section 96, can we calculate the last date to conduct the AGM? I gave you some parameters if you remember. So on that basis, it is very much possible that we can get to what? We can get to what? The last date on or before which it should have been completed. So law says when AGM is not conducted at all. Got it? Financial statements, unadopted financial statements shall be filed with the ROC within 30 days of the last date on or before which it should have been completed. General meeting should have been conducted. Make sense or not? Make sense or not? So when you are not conducting at all, then what happens? You have to submit these financial statements to ROC within 30 days of what? Last date on or before which AGM should have been conducted. So these are the three important questions and they can ask in the story form, case form. I think you should be able to now answer this. Clear here? But a financial statement तो audit हो गया और audit approve उसको unadopted हम बोलते हैं ना. These are the unadopted financial statements. And whenever it is getting adopted, let's say after 1 year, after 6 months, whenever you're calling the AGM, refile it. Exactly. They are just the provisional. Provisional means audited but not adopted. So same provision, but here the dates calculation is little bit different. That's what. But just look at if they are adopted in the AGM, then what's the answer? All of you are clear. If meeting is conducted but got adjourned and just because of that it couldn't get approved, what is the answer? You know that. If meeting is not called up at all, then what to do? All of you are clear. So 137 is a little bit meticulous. You have to put your head a little bit in detail. Yeah. बेटा ये वो तो पिछले एजीएम में अपॉइंट हुआ होगा ना. अब तुम समझो 31st March 2023 is the financial year end. AGM will be conducted within 6 months. So 30th September 2023. How nonsense it is that you are appointing the auditor in 30th September 2023 to get the audit of 31st March 2023. And in fact, the listed companies requirement is you have to publish it once in a quarter. तो भाई ये तो पिछली बार अपॉइंट हो गया है. एंड टुडे मैं आपको बताओ आज ऑडिटर एक साथ 5 साल के लिए अपॉइंट होता है. ही इज गेटिंग अपॉइंटेड फॉर द 5 consecutive years continuously, not for one by one. I hope you are getting me what I'm saying. Is it clear? ठीक है. तो ये हो गया पूरा 137. Now we are moving towards the 138, which is the last provision for the entire 137 is talking about what? Internal auditor. So okay, I have just the two important questions from this section 138. The first one is who can be appointed as internal auditor? That's the first question. Second question is when, okay, rather I would say which company compulsorily need to appoint internal auditor? Can a BCom pass out person become internal auditor? So these are, I would say, the three important questions what we have to learn as far as the exam is concerned. So पहले हम बात करते हैं which company compulsory need to appoint internal auditor. So they have given one class that all those meeting this much requirement like public loan, deposit, paid up capital, वो सारी चीजें. So if you look at over here that class of companies as may be prescribed, so it is mentioned over here. Every listed company it is compulsory to have at least one person as the internal auditor. Got it? And if you are unlisted company, then what happens? And then our last guys, if you are a private company, then what happens? So there are three classifications: listed company, unlisted public company, and private company. Am I clear? And parameters are different. Just you have to fill the gap and the thing is done. So every listed company, if it is unlisted public company, then your paid up share capital is 50 crores or more. That's compulsory. If you do not have paid up capital 50 crores or more, but your turnover is 200 crores or more, even if your turnover is not 200 crores or more, your outstanding loans and the borrowings exceeding 100 crores and above, or you have taken, look, in between all this it's written or, so any of this qualifications is attracted, it is compulsory to go for internal auditor. So outstanding deposits of the 25 crores or more at any time, it's written at any time, and this is also written at any point of time. So it is not like only at the last of financial. Is it possible that just for the 2 days your loan was 55 crores and after paying them off at the end of the year it is showing just 30 crores? So in that financial year, even for one single day, if your limit got 55 or more than 50, it is compulsory for you to appoint for the next year. But am I clear? Okay. In the same way, if you come down to the private company, turnover is given and loan is given. Turnover is 200 crores and loan is 100 crores. That's all. It is compulsory. It is compulsory to appoint internal auditor, whether you want, whether you do not want. Okay, Bacha, am I clear to everyone? Okay, after then, the question comes who can be appointed? My question is can you appoint company secretary? Can you appoint cost accountant? Can you appoint chartered accountant? Can you appoint a lawyer, an advocate who is MBA in finance? Can you appoint Christ University graduate student? Okay, so let's understand Vichar. देखो यहाँ पे जब आप पढ़ते हो ना क्या लिखा है shall be required to appoint an internal auditor for the class of companies who shall either be what chartered accountant or a cost accountant or such other professional as may be decided by the board to conduct internal audit. So you tell me what here CA and cost accountant are not mandatory. They are just given the priority wise. First preference is CA. If he is not available, go to cost accountant. If he is also not available, any professional is fine भाई any professional कोई भी fine है कोई भी चलेगा any professional is fine क्या लेकिन condition क्या है he must have to be approved by board of directors. That's all. So graduate is not a professional. देखो बच्चा 12th pass out you cannot appoint. Graduate he should be professional. Unfortunately, the definition of the professional is not defined here. But I can say someone who has degree to work as a consultant professionally. For example, CPA, ACCA, CMA, are they professionals? So what if an UK ACCA pass out student wants to become internal auditor of the Indian company? So ultimately he had the same knowledge like auditing and accountancy. And internal audit you must have learned in the auditing subject that he's just like the internal employees. His scope is not decided by the law, but his scope is decided by company. तो अब इस दोनों का फर्क समझो. If you are a statutory auditor, company will not decide what to audit and what not to audit because that is decided by section 143, powers of the auditor. He has right to access each and every book and paper और वो हमने पढ़ दिया था book and paper क्या होता है. But if you're internal auditor, company will decide. If company tells to you that don't verify cash book, you can't do anything. You can't do anything because you are just like the employee of the company. Do you understand what I am saying? So I think ACCA lawyers are also most welcome. But look, why it is confusing? They have not defined this word. What is other professional? Are doctors other professionals or not? Doctors, I'm asking you. Registered with the Medical Council of India, why? What about the engineers? If I take this definition very seriously, if board of directors are approving engineers as the internal auditor, loss is fine, most welcome. It is valid compliance of section 138. So guys, I have solid objection with this word called the other professional. You should have provided the language like this that other professional who have the knowledge of audit, taxation and the finance and management. Are hai na? No other thing, MBA is a good person who has the knowledge of accounts, business, sometimes taxation, law also, but he's not a professional. So he can't be. What kind of justice you are delivering here? So I'm telling you, other professionals sometimes can mislead the things. Are you understanding what I am saying to all of you? क्या मेरी बातें समझ में आ रही है? ठीक है बच्चा. So guys, central government may provide how to do and how not to do. So this is all about, my dear students, the accounts of company except the section 135, which is talking about what? CSR, corporate social responsibility.